Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of BGE Black Geek Energy, where I am here with my special guest. First, let me introduce you to the ever so lovely and effervescent Fair. Fair, how you doing?
I'm doing great,
Effervescent.
Erin. How are y'all?
Good, good, good. Also, I am here with the utmost professional, making me ever so hungry, Mr. Aaron. How are you doing?
Greetings and salutations. Well,
Thank,
hello.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I am also here as, your host and of course the Marcus. So let's go ahead and start with today's episode. As you know, this is the D&D recap. I just want to do a very, very, very quick how are you doing to our two uh uh participants because Demarcus has to go on a date with his little girlfriend tonight. So Fair, first let's start with you. How are you doing?
I am amazing. Aaron, I would like to report that I cooked dinner tonight. So
Ooh.
Mmm.
got
What you
What's on the
salmon
menu?
in the air fryer. I have baked, or I guess they're roasted potatoes, the potatoes you put in the oven, roasted
hmm
potatoes. I put my own little seasoning blend on there, a little bit of celery salt, a little bit of steak seasoning for some flavor, and Caesar salad. Nothing to write home about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Everyone loves a Caesar salad. Everyone.
It's my
So,
favorite.
so what kind of salmon did you make? Just butter, salt, and pepper?
No, so no butter because it's in the air fryer. So the salmon, it has like its own fat that
hmm
kind of goes up, so you don't need anything. So I put blackened seasoning and a little bit of onion powder.
Okay, okay, okay.
Not bad, but you can't go wrong with extra fat. I always would do like some olive oil or butter for sure.
Oh
Ooh.
no, not in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron,
You're
and
stepping off, so I ain't gonna argue with you, but
exactly.
I can't eat all that because I'm getting a little chunky around here.
That's the other thing. So, Aaron, how do you feel about air fryers?
I don't really care, man. It's all a convection oven. It's all the same thing. It's a big
Okay,
toaster.
okay. And what's the difference between celery salt and salt?
Same thing with like garlic pepper or garlic salt. Yeah, it's just the it's grounded up whatever the plus ingredient is with your salt.
Yep.
So it has like celery powder and salt.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
nothing against it. It's usually already in like your Lawry's and your other like pre-made seasonings.
okay, okay,
But you
okay.
don't want to double up and do garlic salt and celery salt.
That's what I be doing.
Yeah.
I
Oh
put everything up
no.
in there.
Salty
So
as
my other seasoning, it didn't have any salt. So when I tasted my
fuck.
potatoes, I was like, "Ooh, this needs some salt." So I
Yeah,
was like, well, I need
Check your
celery
recipe
salt.
to
You know,
see
I'm
if
a
they have
fan.
salt. Not all of
yeah,
them do.
yeah. So how have you been this past week, Mr. Aaron?
Extremely busy, but
Mm,
doing okay.
hmm
Doing all right, making it through.
And how are the kids? How's Lauren?
Lauren is doing fine. She actually made dinner tonight.
Mm.
Oh, what did she make?
Look at
Made,
her being all domestic.
I smack. It blew my mind.
Hey, don't do her. Don't
Okay.
do her.
Made
All right.
Yeah, not too
Enough.
much. Not too much.
Enough.
mac and cheese.
Okay.
She did she did some broccoli. So she sauteed some broccoli and then some steak.
Okay.
Mm.
It was pretty nice in
Yeah.
there.
And what was your opinion of the meal?
I don't know. I came straight on here with you guys.
Oh, I
I
mean,
just walked in the house
go grab you a plate. You can go grab you a plate right quick.
momentarily.
Okay.
It smells delicious.
Okay.
Okay,
Well.
good.
Oh, and one more thing, Aaron, would you ever go on one of those cooking shows like Top Chef, Kitchen,
I love
Master Chef or anything?
I don't know. I've thought about it. It's not that I don't think I can do it. It's I'm pretty low key. I'm not super charismatic like that, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty quiet and straight to the point. So they're gonna have the camera on me looking for reactions that they're not gonna get.
Okay. Well, we are here to talk about our last D&D episode. We went to this town that was mesmerized or something by these crazy fey creatures. Demarcus, tell us what happened in this last episode.
um, I think y'all should. tell what happened. I don't know. I'm really particular about how much I show y'all behind the screen, behind the D&D screen, behind the Dungeon Master screen.
Mhm.
So
But this is
please,
the recap, and then
Harry, if what, what do y'all how did it start? What happened in the middle? How did it end?
I
We
enjoy
finally
Fierce
went on
recaps.
our first real challenge. So we're in the Slayer's Tape.
hold on,
Hmm.
hold on. Everybody had a challenge during the Spink trial, so let's not go too far.
No, what I mean by that is the challenge during the Sphinx trial was for us to get into the Slayer's Take. This is our first
Mhm.
Slayer's Take challenge.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see what you mean. I see
Yeah,
what you
y'all
So
mean.
first like real mission. Yeah.
right. Where there was like, okay, y'all in this now, y'all are actually working. Like you no longer have to prove yourself,
Hmm.
you just get the job done. And so it took us a while to figure out how we wanted to get to the area where we had to travel to. And so, one thing I liked about this particular campaign is that we were doing a lot of talking. We definitely have decided that we are a group. So, we are making all decisions together as a collective. And so, I like that part. I was fully involved this time because the market, I was reading the book last time. So, I made it a point to like chime in. I'm like, I'm here, y'all. I'm here.
And that's exactly what she did. She said, "I'm here." So,
So, yeah.
Aaron, oh, go ahead, Fair.
No, that was it. Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed this last challenge. It was nice.
So, Aaron, we are going into the town. People are mesmerized. How did you feel when we start talking to these people and we start noticing that something's wrong with them?
Everybody was a little too happy-go-lucky for me. You know?
Nobody's
Mm.
that happy.
Exactly. That was the problem. So we walk in, first thing we do, we go find the mayor because supposedly that's who sent us this contract. And he has no idea what we're talking about or who we are.
Mm,
Yeah, that was
okay.
crazy.
So, that
Yeah.
was a whole
Yeah. Yeah. I found out
questionable
other folks
experience.
in the town be using the mayor's name to like just send out requests and official documents and whatnot.
Yeah, that was everything. The
And was like, I
lumberjack.
don't trust none of it. Everybody's guilty.
Yeah, the lumberjack sent out the request. Is that something that you designed from the start, DeMarcus?
Yeah, so what I wanted is for there to be like kind of two things going on. So two ways to approach this problem, two ways for y'all to like sort of start digging into this situation. If y'all were like hella into the Slayer's Take, y'all would go one route and go straight for the monsters. If y'all were like, oh, this town actually has like some other stuff going on, let's investigate that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay, let
Mhm.
me go back a little bit because there were multiple ways to actually get to this island. So so we took the straightforward way, the boat, but what would
Mhm.
happen if we took the horses around?
I mean, so yeah, so there were I designed like three different ways for y'all to get to the place. I wanted y'all to have some chance to like make some decisions to explore the world you know, feel out what else is here besides just like the towns that y'all are visiting.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could have taken a caravan, which is the quote unquote the safest route. You could have taken horsebacks, which is a faster route, and the cheapest route. The horseback is the cheapest route, and then the water taxi, the ferry that y'all did end up taking, is like the most expensive route but probably like the fastest and the safest,
Mm,
and one of the more safe routes. So,
mm,
Thing
but
okay.
for
there were some challenges designed into each one of those pathways, and depending on which pathway you choose, there was a different number of challenges. So like
Oh.
Mm,
obviously like if you go on a caravan, it's gonna be slow because it's not just y'all, it's like an entire line of like vehicles and wagons and other horsemen and merchants. So it's gonna be slow, but it's gonna be safe because there's a lot of people. But it probably would have taken y'all a couple of a few days to get to the town that way. So every
mm,
day you're gonna have to worry about like is this caravan gonna be attacked?
mm,
Horseback, you know, similar deal. But
okay.
less time, but still like is something gonna come get us on a horseback.
we made the
Okay.
best choice.
Yeah, I think
Went for
so
a good
too.
fight, but
But it was really expensive.
Yeah, but we
And
made it
you know,
back.
you got the person y'all talked to, he had the monopoly on ferries. He's the only man doing passenger ferry rides around that country. So you pay what he tell you to pay.
True, true.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
I
like
actually
I
like
did.
thought about like
I
the
Like
did try to
we,
persuade him.
you could tell that we really was like, all right, we got to get into the action part of this, so we don't have a whole lot of time to be trying to figure out what our mode of transportation was going to be. So we probably really would like thought it out maybe for 5 minutes, and it was like, fuck it, we going with this ferry. Let's go.
Yeah.
Spend
I
as
think
much.
y'all spent quite a bit of time on that. And I think that's usually like part of D&D is like whatever the party runs into, whatever the players run into first, they spend a lot of time on it because they're just starting the game. And yeah, y'all spend a lot of time because y'all like, we want to do the ferryman. It's expensive. Let's talk to some other people. Like they don't do what we need to do. Let's go back to the ferryman. It's still expensive. What do we want to do next? I'm just like, it's
Time
I
did
don't
become
remember
an
it being that
issue.
drawn out.
hmm
I don't either, but I was looking at the clock while this was going on, and it did last like an hour trying to find out how we're going to get to this island. But
Yeah.
time was an issue for this thing, which I'm sure that we'll talk about soon. But we are on the island, and we talked to the lumberjack and lumberjack and the mayor who tell us to go talk to
Mugsley, yeah.
who tell us to go talk to the old people, and the old person tells us to go talk to the tailor, and we meet one of our uh, uh
Big bads.
cast member. We didn't know she was a big bad yet, so we meet one of our
Yeah.
cast members, and
Aaron
Aaron.
knew.
Yeah, Aaron, tell us, how did you know at first again that she was the big bad?
And it sucks. So, like I think about this too, like because I really enjoy the stories, and I'm like, all right, cool. I don't want to ruin it or change like how it's gonna play out and destroy. Like we could have just stabbed her in the face then, and then what would have happened?
You wouldn't have killed her. I can tell you that.
But then would we have made it that far into it? Like would we have found the other ones?
Like I definitely had planned out for like all these different scenarios. So like there was a situation for y'all, like what if y'all confront her in
And
the town? What if y'all start fighting her in the town? What if y'all start fighting her? What if y'all decide to like follow her and y'all end up fighting her in the woods? What if y'all, just follow her back all the way back to her hut or her little home base and start fighting her there? Like something different would have happened in each place. And what did happen is y'all confronted her. Y'all like, hey, you're not who you say you are. Or like y'all kind of like uncovered her disguise, and she like set the whole place on fire and got out of there. So
So the
Did.
fire was an illusion?
yeah, the fire
Okay,
wasn't a
okay.
yeah.
I was thinking so because she was Faye.
Mm.
But
But yeah, again, everybody was super happy-go-lucky, and then all of a sudden they remember this person, but then when they got to details on how they remembered who she is and her family, it's like everybody knows each other except they don't remember who her parents are.
hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. They knew this because of Suckmard's lesser restoration that he was doing with consent. With consent. Because at first I was just grabbing people. I grabbed the old lady and she had an issue with that.
That was hilarious.
So I did ask for consent with the mayor, and he was like, "Who is that girl?"
hmm
Um, yeah, so
So I have a question for Jared and DeMarcus. When you guys plan out our campaigns, how long does it take you to come up with a good campaign? Because like DeMarcus just said that for every decision we made, he had a reaction. And I'm
hmm
like, we could have made in each scenario, we could have made, I know, at least two different choices.
Right.
So like, how do y'all
Um,
do that?
so
so but okay,
oh,
you go ahead.
for me is I try to just plan out like what's most likely, and then I wing it from there. So uh, with this particular person that y'all ran into, the only thing y'all can do, if you run into her at the store, is it like you gonna fight her at the store, or you're gonna uh, not fight her at the store? Are you
Mhm.
gonna are you gonna like confront her? And I don't look at it so much as like, are you going to do like this specific thing? Like, are you
Mhm.
going to fight her? Are you going to try to uncover her disguise? Are you going to try to do this? It's more like, confronting her or talking to her or doing this sort of general thing or this sort of general thing. And
Okay.
I'll come up with like the challenge role. So like if I think one part when y'all were trying to uncover disguise, I said roll to see if this thing works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I come up with all that stuff ahead of time. And so it might
Okay.
be, I might say like, oh, this is going to be an Arcana check, and you have to roll better than 17 to uncover her disguise. But then say, none of you all decide to use magic for that instance, and you say, oh, I just want to like try to like look at her and see if I can figure it out. I'm like, okay, instead of an Arcana check, it's an insight check.
Okay.
And for me, I kind of cheat a little bit. I try to keep your scenarios very confined and very where there aren't a lot of paths that you can take.
Mm.
Like when y'all were in um the Slayer's trials, like
Mm-hmm.
there was only one thing that y'all would want to do because I try to also put like people in trouble that y'all have to immediately save or something's gonna happen to them, like with Suckmard or
Mhm.
with the wolves around not Dries,
Mm-hmm.
Duran or something like that. So I try to put that danger there to make sure that y'all can only take one pass.
Mhm.
So I kind of cheat a little bit. But
Okay.
DeMarcus, when you were playing this, did you know or did you plan for Suckmar to actually use his power to uh lessen the fog in their minds?
Yeah, that was one of the things that could happen. I knew your character as a cleric like has like these restoration abilities. So there was a skill check to sort of uncloud their minds, and there was a way to just do it.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so maybe and they don't happen the same way. So just like unclouding their minds with like lesser restoration is boom, bam, it's done. But with the skill check, it's like you ask them a certain questions and then they respond a certain way, and you're able to figure out like, hey, like this doesn't connect.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay, okay.
Interesting.
So we figure out that the person in um
Yes, Sema
the
was
the
the
person
code
Yima,
name.
Yima's her
Sema.
name. Yeah, she's a
Sema.
hag, and getting to her house was another issue because we actually
Mhm.
tried to get there before in the woods, but then something happened. Like, what was going on with that, DeMarcus?
So yeah, like so these hags, they had some ulterior motives being in this town. They had one of them, Sema, whose actual name was Gabbett, um, infiltrate the town and sort of like keep people at ease and make sure that no one fools with their plans,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure everything's happened according to plan. And while the other two sort of like maintained the spells and the conjurings and things that they were doing. And of course, they're going to like protect their space, like where their base where they're hanging out at. And so they had a few wards set up to like cause people confusion. And like I think for most people in the town, when they hit those wards, they get a little confused. They wind up back at their town. They're just like, I was in the woods. I'm back home now. No,
Mm-hmm.
not a big deal. But for
Because you feel
y'all,
relieved. I mean, you said that I felt relieved when I won it
yeah,
back.
and it's more and that relief was more so like I was lost. I feel like I've been lost for a long time, but now I
Mhm.
know where I am again. So I'm
Okay.
relieved as opposed to like some magical effect on you.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, so we make it to the hag's house.
Yeah.
Lo and surprise, there are three hags that we have to fight. And
Mhm.
then this caused our 4 hour session to go into 6 hours. So let's
Did it
talk
go to
about
six? I think it went to like four and a half maybe.
no,
What?
Because it was
no,
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 absolutely
no,
not. No.
absolutely not.
And the
because we started
only
at
reason
three.
why I
You finished
never
like
complained is because this was the first campaign where I was in the comfort of my home on my laptop. So
mm.
when we logged off, I literally closed this joker and got in the bed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
I
Fair
gotta
was,
enough.
work
Fair enough.
tomorrow. What in the world?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
no, but
was.
that was not planned. Like what really dragged it on, the first part, like deciding to like how to get there, like that kind of
Mhm.
drag. I should have like cut that and be like, hey, look, y'all get on this fucking ferry. Go ahead. And then the second part, yeah, when y'all walking through the woods looking for the home base, looking for the hag's hut, y'all kept failing the skill check there. I'm like, somebody pass this skill check so we can move on to the last
Them
part of
rolls
the
was
game.
terrible.
Yo, I
Yeah.
was like, this is crazy. I need something else. I need something else to happen here. And I
Yeah.
think I can do a better job of like throwing out hints. I mean, like, hey, look, try this, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Because that 6 hours was waxing on me. Usually I don't mind, but that 6 hours, I don't know what was going on that day.
Yeah.
It was waxing on me. Like my
And
knees
what
was
I also
hurting.
thought was really crazy was how many, I guess, hit points the hags had. I was like, they gotta
Exactly.
be dead by now.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
what?
beef.
A lot.
Look,
It's
Yeah.
so
crazy.
so I used ChatGPT to help create these monsters, and it made all three of them, and it made one of them have like twice as many health points as the other ones. And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe this one is like the melee fighter, and they're gonna be like on the front lines, and that's why they have so many hit points. No, but they were easy to hit though. Like
Yeah.
everything y'all threw at them hit.
Yeah. Well, everybody that all three of us threw at him hit. Duran cannot hit for nothing. He can't hit the barn doors.
Hey, right
So
here. Yeah.
with the gun, with the gun, he cannot
So
hit
LeBron is still figuring out how
nothing.
these guns work.
Yeah, he may need to go to a sword. He was horrible with
He
those two
training.
shots.
He
He
need
wasn't
training.
hitting nothing.
But he's
But
getting better every day. He's getting better every day.
we'll see. But fair, I believe you got your first kill. How was that?
I did. It felt really good. I told y'all that is my favorite thing about this game, which is why now I'm buying all these things to enhance my game experience because I'm like,
Hmm.
it's fun. Put me in a game to kick some ass, and I got y'all. All
Okay.
this thinking, plotting, and deciding. Listen, give it to Aaron. I'm out. Right? I'm
I'm
here.
here for it.
Just listen. Just tell me what to do so that we can get there, so I can kick some ass.
And
Period.
and Aaron was killing things left and right,
What it was.
multiple
I did not
natural
die this time.
20s. Like,
No.
Yeah.
what
I
was going
made it
on
through
with
the
you,
whole
killer?
campaign. I learned how to sneak attack, and I
Yeah,
learned how
that
to
one
use
was
all my other
good.
traits. I made sneak attack so much better and easier.
Like, no, you didn't learn how to sneak
Mhm.
attack. I don't know what is a swashbuckler. I've never heard of this, but it's from like the original playbook. Is that a cheat character? Like
Plays
sneak
because the
attack
damage he was
with
doing.
like so you can sneak attack with a swashbuckler. 101 melee fights is so crazy to me, but
And then I
yeah,
can
you
run.
have
I can run, and I don't lose the advantage hit.
right, and you can run away without that opportunity attack.
Yep.
It just makes no sense whatsoever. I was like, is this a cheat character? Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
And that's what I liked about mine. In my leveling up, I was able to do like multiple things in one turn. I was like, boom, 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 boom. All right, all right. I can end my turn now.
Aaron, your wife is in here, so you can't say anything else about the side chick. So
What?
I ain't gotta hide nothing.
so yeah, we fought the hags. It was a long, drawn out fight. And but we made it through. Demarcus, can you tell us a little bit, or can you tell us again what the hags left us at the end? Because again, I was out of it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And I apologize for that, y'all. I'm gonna tighten up the timelines. Uh, let's see. Fair, do you still have the list of the loot?
The list of what we had?
Or did Aaron, did you take down the list of loot?
No, Farrah said she was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they got. Because the really there are a few, you guys got a few things, and only a couple of them are like unique in such a way that they require
So we got a
explanation.
hag brew, and then which was the witch's brew, and then there was a dragon.
Hmm.
We
The
did.
grimoire.
Actually, I might have it if I can.
We still had the potion of haste, and we had 4 healing potions left.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We won
Three.
500 gold pieces, and there we got 2 potions that were added for greater healing, and then we got the witch's grimoire, and then the rest
Mm-hmm.
of dark vision. And the witch's grimoire, was that the necklace or is that separate?
That's a
The
book.
the grimoire is the spell book that they were using.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah. And then we also got a necklace.
sort of like their journal and their spell book. Yeah. Um,
My question was, I know they said that they were like reporting to somebody else. Are the
mhm.
hags in any way connected to the Rat Man? Because some of the take is the same.
Yeah. So one of the things I said about the grimoire is like as your characters were flipping through it after they defeated the hags, they saw the same sort of like dragon head symbol that y'all saw when you were dealing with the Rat Man.
Uh-huh.
You're not, you at this point you just that's the only connection you guys have between these two things.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
you're not really sure if they were working together, if they knew about each other, if there's like a larger plot at play. You've heard the name Daedrin a few times from the Hags, who, as you guys read more of this grimoire, you guys might be able to find out more about that. Um, the Amulet of Clear Mind is what was
Clear mind.
is
Okay.
what Gabbett was wearing to help her make her way through the wards that protected their hut. So there was also a storyline where y'all like noticed where y'all could have noticed the amulet. You could have stole it from her and then found your way to the hut that way.
Okay.
I did notice it. I just failed to roll.
And
Mm.
like that was the funny part about the game lasting so long because as we were writing down what we were winning, I was like, I had all these questions, but I was like, I
Mhm.
dare not ask them. I will ask at the recap because I'm ready to go to bed.
Hmm. Yes,
Yep, yep.
yes, right.
So yes, yeah, the Amulet of Clear Mind, the Ring of Dark Vision, pretty self-explanatory. The Witch's Grimoire, which is going to have a lot more things in it. The Blackened Crystal Ball, that one lets you use Scry, the Scry spell once per day. Uh, you'll have to do some investigating to figure out what the Hag's Brew does. And a silver bracelet of soul binding. And I'm giving you all this stuff for free. I think at the end of the game, I had said you guys would have to like try to identify these magical items. Um, so yeah, that bracelet. Let me see. It enhances necromantic magic, so grants a +1 to spell attack rolls and DC for necromancy spells. But has a faint aura of malevolence, so may alter your alignment or something. The Amulet of Clear Mind gives you advantage on wisdom saves.
Hmm.
Okay. I have a few questions, Mr. Dungeon Master,
Mhm.
sir. Um, First, fair, we had to teach you about opportunity attacks. You cannot move from in front of somebody when you have 7 HP left. You got to stay still because they get an automatic chance to hit.
That was
You-
I
killing
mean,
me.
if you're pretty certain that they're gonna miss, then I think that's up to the player, man. Like some folks are like, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit because if I can get away, some other stuff can happen.
Wow.
It didn't work out for us.
It didn't
So
work out for her, not that time.
Mhm.
But DeMarcus, in that case, while we were doing this, and I did write this down, you said that if she moved, the person would have an opportunity attack and then would be able to hit on their next turn.
Mhm.
Or if she stayed right there, the person would be able to hit twice on the next turn. Like, how did that work?
I remember the instance you're talking about, but I don't remember exactly what I said. So, okay, the Gabbett had like a multi-attack kind of thing, often bosses do. They attack more than once. So I think I was saying that if Fair had moved away from her, um, she would have to use her movement and she would get to attack Fair or someone else twice. Um, but if she stayed there, well, okay, yes. I think I remember now. So I think what I was trying to imply was that if Fair moves, there was the potential to get hit 3 times. Once for
Mhm.
the opportunity attack, and then twice on Gabbett's turn with her multi attack. If staying right there, there's no opportunity attack, so there's only the potential of 2 attacks.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. Well, that was the little brief recap.
Hmm.
Unless anybody else has anything they want to say or ask on the Dungeon
I got some
Master.
questions. What do y'all think of the characters that y'all ran into?
They were hilarious. First of all, the mayor was holding nobody accountable. Okay, that was he was the mayor, but he was not in charge. Okay, the people
Yeah.
ran the town. He was like, "I'm just here. They do whatever they want," and I just smiled because these are my friends. I love them,
Right.
and I was like,
Yeah, they
"Not
grew
how
up
you run a
together.
town. This is why
Right.
They grew up
you're going to hell in a handbasket because of you."
less of a town, more of a village, and they all work together to make sure the village prospers.
Mm-mm. No, the mayor
And
So
was not doing his job, baby. Fire that man. And then the lumberjack was like, "Yeah, I called y'all and I put the mayor's name on it." And we look, all of us looking at the mayor like, "You just on his estate."
exactly.
We was like,
Exactly.
and we knew then we was in trouble. We was like, "This
Yeah.
don't make sense."
Also, everybody has it out for Suckmar for some reason. Like there's a hidden underscore vendetta against Suckmar that all the townspeople in all the villages, all the NPCs have.
is
And
there?
and I'm just, yes, there is. Like the old
Give me
woman
examples. Give us
said,
some instances where this has been true, or you have felt this.
okay, the old woman said that I was a creep for
You didn't touch
healing her. The Yelena didn't
Mhm.
even want to talk to me. She said that I was weird. The mayor said I don't want to talk to him anymore. So like all of the NPCs have something against Suckmart. So I'm wondering, is that just a thing inside this Dungeons and Dragons world with the NPCs, or is that something within your mind that everybody has out against me?
I think I think that we can attribute a lot of what Suckmard goes through to Suckmard. He
What?
shows up a certain way in the world, and sometimes it works in his favor, sometimes it doesn't. I think oftentimes he's a little brusque. He's a little too direct, too straightforward to these strangers who he doesn't know. Showing up talking like a Southern Baptist preacher. Everyone's not used to that. Everyone's and just grabbing people and healing them without saying anything.
Suckmart always takes everybody he comes to and everything he comes across with the utmost kindness and respect. Like Sutmark goes out of his way to be kind, and everybody in your little mind world is
Mm.
constantly rude and mean to him. So,
I think what you perceive as kindness for yourself, you
oh my
you you can
God.
say I am exuding kindness doesn't mean that other people are receiving it as kindness.
Okay, so what do y'all
He be
think?
saving us. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think right now. Sugmar be saving us. Okay, if it was not for that character, we would have been dead 4 games ago.
I was dead 4 days ago.
And so I
I was
truly think
dead
that
game day
Sugmar is
one.
like, I just want to be nice. I want to take care of people. Even in
Hey,
this
I mean,
particular game, he was trying to clear people's mind because Aaron has said, "Listen, these people ain't right.
but
Something
see,
ain't right
I
right here."
understand. I understand where y'all coming from, but these people don't even know that they're under a spell. They don't know that their mind is clouded.
True.
And so you cast a spell on them, all of a sudden they feel funny. I'm like, hold on, what kind of drugs did you give me? I would feel away too.
I mean, but it was like everybody has something against me, but with Dee's and Rietta, it wasn't the same type of energy. That's just what I
No,
noticed
I got an
personally.
attitude. My character, that's my whole character. I'd be like, "Why y'all talking to me?"
Mhm.
Exactly, exactly. So that's
I
just what
mean,
I'm noticing
I'm
in
also
your little
charming.
world
My charisma is
mind.
pretty high. I'm
who?
tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Hey, a high charisma character. That's you can't go wrong with that.
All right,
Comes in.
G. Wait, what you say?
I said a high charisma character comes in handy.
So what do we think about the Marcus's DMing?
I enjoy it. It's always good.
Yeah, I enjoy these games. I haven't had a game where I was like, okay, seriously, y'all could have kept that. I always like the storyline and I like how we come to the conclusions. I'm just not always the best person to help with the concluding part. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go off my my intuition next time.
Mhm.
Like if I think I see it, I'm just gonna go for it. What happens?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying not to ruin
Yeah.
the story. I want to see it develop more. But I'm like, yeah, this looks like the
This is
bad
the
right
bad
here.
guy and
But
just
I'm not
stab
gonna
a
ruin it so
random
early.
child.
Yeah.
But this is like that's like the theme between our games is that he always be like, I knew it. I knew it. And we'd be like,
This
how?
person is vicious.
Like
The
did
whole
they
time.
like
He said
they
this way
eyes
a
too
certain
many
time.
times or what?
He said it a certain
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and I think I tried to do that. I try to make some of the challenges or some of the puzzles obvious. So it's like as soon as I see this, or as soon as like I talk to this person a little bit, I know exactly what I should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when you're dealing with groups, you need group consensus. One person's like, let's do this, other person's like, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our wrap up. We're going to take a quick break and come right back, and we're going to level up our characters. Stay tuned.
Mhm. Leveling up.
VGEN. Oh my God.
Get it, Jared. You
BGE commercial? It's Jared here, and before we go more in depth with our geeky discussions, I want to talk to you about something important. Life's an epic quest, full of twists and turns. But guess what? We got a partner for you in this adventure, BetterHelp. You heard it right. BetterHelp.com will connect you with a licensed therapist who gets it. Whether you're battling real life feelings or just need someone to chat with, BetterHelp is your quest guide. So, fellow geeks, go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod. As a listener, you get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/BGEpod. Because leveling up your mental health is just as important as saving the universe. BetterHelp, because even heroes need support. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and level these people up. I'm going to start with, sorry. I'm going to start with the rogue D's. D's, how you doing?
Good.
All right, so D's, you don't get anything for being a swashbuckler. Mostly because it's already a broken character, it's already
Broken.
a a cheat character, but your next thing is at level 9, but this is to level 7. So go ahead and roll me 2d8 as we level you up to level 7 for your hit points. 2d8. Oh, you rolled in the chat. Okay, let's see. All right, so 10 plus your constitution is 2. So 10 plus 2 plus 2 is 14. So that would be, is this 50? Oh, geez.
So
Your
my
hit
health is
points is now 50.
um wouldn't he get evasion at level 7 as a rogue?
I didn't get there yet
Okay, cool. Okay. You say he didn't get anything?
for being
My
a
bad.
swashbuckler.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now, um, uh, so at level 6, you get an expertise. So you could choose 2 more proficiencies in this skill. No, 2 more proficiencies in skills or with Thieves tools to gain this benefit. So you can gain proficiency in 2 more of your skills. So if you have the thing open and you see all your skills to the left of the screen, you can go ahead and check 2, or let me see, expertise. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, wait. Oh, or, or if you want to be an expert at something, then you can pick another one that is already checked, and I can go in the back and level it up again so you could be an expert in that level.
I'll take two more for now. Let's
Okay.
say thing to do.
All right.
Uh, do acrobatics,
Okay.
and we are going to do stealth.
Oh shoot, that wasn't
It wasn't. I know. It's crazy,
wow.
right?
Yeah, very crazy. All right. And at level 7, you get scrolling. You get evasion. So beginning at 7th level, you can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain attack of certain area effects, such as a red dragon's fiery breath or an ice storm spell. When you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, um, to take only half damage, you instead take no damage. If you succeed on the saving throw, you only take half damage if you fail. So there are lots of things where you gotta be dexterous. Like if somebody were to cast lightning bolt again, like they did with the hags, and you had to
Hmm.
roll a dexterity saving throw. So if you did that, if you shouted out evasion, then if you failed, no, if you succeeded on that saving throw, you wouldn't take no damage at all. And
Nice.
if you failed on that saving throw, you would just take half damage. So again, you're a cheat character, and I don't even know why this exists in the world. And that's all you get for levels 5 to 7, those two skills. I will add those to your thing in
Did
momentarily.
you
I did.
do
And
you
my
also
hit points are 50, right?
Yeah, your hit points are now 50.
Nice.
you
Yeah.
said the sneak attack that die goes up, right?
Yes, your sneak attack die does go up, and you now are, I think it's 46. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. 3, 4.
All right, so you got evasion now. Okay. And I will add that to your thing momentarily. All right, Miss Fair, Miss Rietta, as a fighter, you get some things. Where did I put fighter? Oh my God. Oh, here it goes. All right, so as a fighter at 6th level, you get another ability score increase. So you can, I'm trying to read it. Hold on, what's that level for? All right, so you can increase one ability score of your choice by 2, or you can increase 2 ability scores by 1 point. Or if you know one, or if you want to look at one, you can choose a feat to add to your thing. So what do you want to do?
What is a feat?
So a feat is a whole bunch of little skills that you can get instead of increasing your ability score. Like for me with Suckbard, he has a feat called oh my God, I forgot what it's called. But he has a feat that allows him to cast spells. If he has concentration, it takes the fighter that he's fighting against. It takes him it's a little harder to get them to break that concentration. And for his opportunity attacks, he can cast spells with his feet if somebody comes too close or moves around him. So with that feat, he can do that. But there's a whole list of feats. So if you want to look at those feats and tell me later, that's fine. But you can also increase your ability scores. Um, and you have 2 points to use. Now you have a lot of odd numbers here. You got an odd number in strength, which would be
Mm-hmm.
your odd number is a 7, which if you go to 8, your strength would be a 4. 18 would be a 4. And you have dexterity at 15. And if you make it a 16, your dexterity would go up and your armor class would go up. So you have the
Bear's
potential.
character is a fucking beast.
Yeah, it is. So you have the
At
potential to
level 7,
raise.
18 strength and 16 dexterity.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if she wants to have a 16 dexterity. So if you want to, you can
Yeah,
raise
because
your
15
entire.
dexterity ends up giving me a 14 armor class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So you want.
I will offer a suggestion. I
Okay.
would like to
Okay.
offer of a feat. Um, and I've used this feat before, so you wouldn't get any of the bonuses. So you wouldn't increase your skill things. But the feat is called toughness, and what it does, it's called tough. Your hit point maximum increases by an amount equal to twice your level, then by +2 at each level. So say your level now is 7 if you took the feat now, so it would increase to 14, and then that +2 would apply for each level from here and each level before. So
So right now,
yes,
would it take me to 50? Since it's going to be level 7 times 2 is 14, and I'm at 36.
so yeah, you haven't rolled your hit dice yet to increase your hit points. So you would get you would roll the 2d10s, you would get your +2 from your constitution, or what's your constitution modifier?
It's 2.
It's 2.
Okay, so you will roll your 2d10, you will get +4 more from that. So let's say you roll 2 10s. You will have 20 +4, so that's 24. And then if you took the toughness feat, that would be an additional 14. So you'll add 34 hit points this level. So it just makes you really hard to take down.
That is something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Do
let
you
me
need
ponder.
time?
Yep.
Okay. But while you think about that, let's go ahead and roll those hit points. And you roll, let me see what you roll. You roll so roll me 2d10. 2d10 is what you roll. Okay. All right. So you rolled okay, you can re-roll ones. So roll that one again.
Okay, and then I have a question. In the chat, it shows up as 1d10.
Mhm.
What do I do to change it to 2d10?
You can just roll that again for
Okay.
2. Okay, so a 3 and a.
So I rolled twice?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
a 3 and a 2. So that is 5 plus 4 is 9. So your hit points went up by 9. So 45 is your new hit point maximum. 45.
And if you take the toughness feat, you can add 15 or 14 to that.
I like it. And the feats are specific to fighter, right?
Well, they're
No.
specific to anybody. Anybody can take these feats.
Yeah, some of them have like I'll put this feat list in the chat here so you can take a look at it yourself. But some of them have prerequisites. The tough feat does not have a prerequisite. You can take that right now.
Okay.
Okay.
And also note that this does not have to be a right here decision, because you also get to make the same choice again about your ability scores at level 8. So next time you get to make this decision again, and you get to make it at level 12. You get to make it at level 16, and you get to make it at level 19. So you have ample time to choose this feat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that is that. You also get a couple of things for your rogue fighter. Okay. Psi-powered leap is something that you get as a bonus action. You can propel your body with your mind. You gain a Gain a flying speed equal to twice your walking speed until the end of your current turn. Until
Mhm.
you take this bonus action, you can't do it again until you finish a long or short rest, unless you expel a psionic energy die to take it again. So that's
Okay.
one thing you get. Then you also get telekinetic thrust. When you deal damage to a target with your psionic strike, you can force the target to make a strength saving throw against a DC of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. If the save fails, you can knock the target prone or move it up to 10 feet in any direction horizontally.
Okay.
All right, so that's two things that you get. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, the powerful become even more powerful.
I'm excited
All right,
because
so
that was the one thing about the last game is I was losing my hit points pretty quickly because the hags had a lot of attacks that they could do, and their attacks were hitting really hard. And so I definitely can benefit from some more hit points.
mm,
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
think it over.
Yeah,
okay.
and that's the only reason I suggested the tough feat because I remembered like you on the front lines, you taking a lot of hits,
Yeah.
so could be a
Um, Now Demarcus, tell us what you did with your character.
yeah. So just a reminder, I'm playing a fighter gunslinger, not in the main player handbook, but similar to Fair. So I rolled my 2d10. I got 15 plus my 4 for my Constitution. So I
Mhm.
am now at 59 hit points. I've heard before that when your Constitution increases, it's retroactive. So you gain, so if it was one before and now it's two, you get an extra one for every level that you have come up.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it. So yeah.
Okay, bet. So I will do that too. So my hit points are going to be a little bit higher. Mm, and then I got another trick shot. So I chose the violent shot, which is just makes the shot more powerful.
Does it?
And sorry.
Does it?
Yeah, yeah. So I get to roll an extra damage die with every with when I use that particular
Hopefully.
thing. And I got a new skill called Quick Draw, which lets me add my proficiency bonus to my initiative. So I'm even fat, so I can, I'm more likely I'm going first. Yeah, and yeah, it lets me like stow and draw firearms as like one object interaction. So I can put a gun away and pull out a different gun and shoot it all with one action,
Okay. Nice.
one attack. Yeah. And I think that's all my things. Yeah, trick shot, got some more health,
Yeah.
the proficiency stuff. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I like
And
this character.
and as far as Suckmard, the savior of the group,
Hmm.
Suckmard did, well, let me just open this thing. Suckmard. Move. Okay. Let's see. Suckmard got, he got some new hit points. He is now up to, my God, 56, which is really good for him. Um,
56, that's pretty dope. That's shoot. You're a cleric, right?
yeah, I'm a cleric.
Yeah, clerics are pretty beefy.
He also got um a new thing on his channel Divinity, which will be
Mm.
very, very fun. I could definitely have used that in this last campaign. Um, Either to make them run away again or to uh what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, or to give me another spell.
Mhm.
Um, and at level 6, I got a new something called Spellbreaker. Starting at 6th level, when you restore hit points to an ally with a spell of first level or higher. You can also end one spell of your choice on the creature. The level of the spell you end must be equal to or lower than the level of the spell slot you use to cast the healing spell. So that's kind of cool. Somebody casts like hex on you guys, I can heal you, then I can take away the hex in just one go. Also, the veil opened up to him, and he now has access to level 4 spells. So, and of course, when he gets a spell, he can get a wizard spell. And he uses wizard spell to get counter spell. And I don't think he picked a level 4 spell. But so that slot's just open. That might change later. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Fair, do you know what you're gonna do? Are you gonna do some uh points, or are you gonna pick a feat, or do you need more time and tell us in chat in the
Nope.
text?
I'm going to do the points and
Okay.
do tough
Ooh.
feet and
Okay,
add.
so to strength and dexterity.
My hit points.
Oh, so
Mm.
you're doing the toughness feat.
Yep.
Okay. So DeMarcus, how many more did you say was gonna be?
It will be 14 more. So it's because
Okay.
it's twice her level.
All right, 14 more. And that's retroactive as well.
It's the retroactive is already calculated into it because it's 2 per level that she's
Okay.
already had.
So 14 more is um
9.
so now you have 70. 56 to 70. There you go.
What? Wouldn't it be 14 more than
Oh
45?
shoot, that was me. I'm sorry, that was me. That really was me. Let me go to Rietta's.
Let me
Stop.
59.
All right, so it would be 59. Make
Got
sure
it.
you are who you're supposed to be. Okay. 59 and 59. You are level 7. Everybody. Okay. All right. So good. We have all leveled up. Fair, you have the toughness feat. Um, did you pick a feat this time, or did you raise your ability scores to Marcus?
I raised my ability score. So I raised I'll tell you right now, I raised my constitution to 14 and I raised my wisdom to 12.
Okay.
Um yeah. And this is not right. So the reason I'm putting points in wisdom is because I get grit points equal to my wisdom modifier. So that's
Mm,
where I'm going to be sticking a lot of my ability points as we level up because I get more grit points. I can do more trick shots, make the gun more powerful.
mm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we are running out of time. DeMarcus has his date with his little girlfriend. So we gotta hurry up and wrap this up so that he can go be with his
Indeed.
woman. What you say?
Let's talk about expectations for next time.
Well, first, I was gonna ask, before we talk about expectations, I was gonna ask, how are you guys actually enjoying your characters?
Oh, I love it. I like the fact that with this particular campaign, we're leveling up slowly. So I actually get to enjoy my character at every level. The last campaign that we did together, we were leveling up very quickly. And so it was difficult for me to really learn all the things about my character. But I find that as each game starts, my character play is getting better and better. And so when I tell y'all
Mhm.
I'll be sized, I'll be like, listen, I gotta get on a podcast. I gotta get on a podcast.
I've noticed that too, Fair. You are getting better, but it's just learning the game. You don't mess up, you just learn
Yeah,
constantly.
it's fun.
Mhm.
So what about you, Aaron? I can't believe you found this cheat character. But
This is a very difficult character. It requires a lot of focus and dedication. This cheat code that you keep referring to, I am not aware of that. I don't see an input for that either. So, but yes, I am definitely enjoying it, especially when I don't die and I can actually sneak and perform things perfectly. Like it's great.
Yeah. I think in the boss fight, everyone played their role a lot better. Like Fair was on the front lines, taking most of the damage. Um, sorry. Aaron, I was getting caught between your character name and your real name. Aaron, your character was dancing around, stick and move. That's exactly how you should be. My character is kind of like keeping like a
Doing
mid-range.
nothing.
I was just about to
Mm.
say, we're doing a cotton picking thing.
I think
What you talking about the hags? What the hags was doing?
in the beginning of the fight, I was landing some hits, and then my dice rolls got low. I can't. It's hard for me to DM and play a character at the same time, which is
You
why
know,
I
it's got
Boo.
hot. We were rolling 4 or 5 different times for 3 different people. You know, a lot was happening.
yeah.
Boo.
And then Jerry, your character, granted you already know how to play, but your character is like sticking in the background, waiting for somebody to need healing, using spells to sort of like disorient and hinder the enemy from getting closer. That fear spell was very, very well timed and did like help y'all out a lot. Because that witch was the debuff witch. So she was gonna make it harder for y'all to do anything.
And the market, you sound kind of low. Did something happen?
Oh, I had moved the mic a little further away.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So expectations for next time. Do we have any? What's
Hopes,
going to
dreams.
happen with the people next?
Let's go
My
first.
only expectation is we got to put it on the calendar, and I'm gonna need it not to be 6 hours. I can't do the 6 hours, y'all. I'll be
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep it low. What about you, Aaron? What's your expectation?
To definitely continue not dying. That's we got a streak going right now. Let's keep it up.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, I can drop a little hint. It's not all fleshed out yet, but um we're going to meet somebody who is very powerful, somebody who knows a lot of things, and somebody who has a close relationship with one of the characters.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. Uh,
I hope to be able to like make some ammunition. Because one of the things my characters can do is like create his own ammunition, modify his own gun. So I hope to start getting into some of that.
at level 7?
Oh no, he could have done this like the entire time,
Okay. All
and
right.
I hadn't done it yet, so I want to do it now.
One thing I am going to do in my next game is I'm going to skip a lot. Like, we're not going to spend a lot of time with the Slayer's sake. We're just
Mhm.
going to say, this is what the Slayer's take people said, and this is the next scene starts. But, but yeah, we're not going to spend a lot of time with the Slayer's take. So, yeah. All right, guys. I don't think we have time for some questions, which is sucky that we have to cut this short thanks to Marcus.
I
You
mean, we
really need
have
to
like
plan
15 more
these
minutes.
better. What you say?
We have like 15 more minutes.
Hi, everybody in BGE land. We have a Patreon now.
If you want more Black Geek Energy, you can just like, pony up them $3 buckaroonies for our Patreon.
Yeah, it is
That's
$3.
That's it's a little easy cup of coffee. If you live in California, that's 2 cups. You can get half a cup of coffee and use the other $3 to pay for BGE because coffee is expensive out here for some reason.
We're like cheaper than a gallon of gas in California.
Oh, way cheaper. Way like $2 cheaper.
So they need to go ahead and give us the money. Like it's not even
Yeah.
that much.
Hey, and because like for our fans, for our listeners, y'all want more stuff from us. We want to give you more stuff, and it's gonna take a little capital. It's gonna take a little bit of that cheddar to make this thing spreader.
What? All right, and we're gonna have on here live D&D episodes where you can listen to the full episode of our D&D, what we talk about in the recaps, and we are going to have some insidery stuff about us.
Yeah, like BGE After Dark, where we talk about our dating lives or Jared's non-existing dating life.
Marcus.
We gonna have
And we're gonna talk about pop culture stuff.
Yeah, BGE Pop, where we talk about stuff that's going on like right now, like who's dating who and who's gonna be playing in the next movies and stuff.
So
Jared cares about that dating stuff. I don't really care.
Wow.
I don't care about who's dating who. Like when they were like,
but it's not just who's dating who. It's like
it was like
Jonathan.
It was like Jonathan Majors dating Megan Good. Okay, so he's not Kang the Conqueror no more. That's what I care about.
Wow.
Ooh, and we're gonna do some games. We'll have like some different games and different setups and stuff. We'll like watch.
What?
We gonna react. We gonna react to some stuff. We gonna have some reacts.
Okay, now this is all something we didn't talk about.
Maybe. All right, so still some of the stuff we still gotta discuss. I'm just throwing it out there. We spitballing. I'm spitballing, bro. Brains.
Okay, so follow our Patreon so you can hear what we actually decide on. And
Jared, can we play online board games together?
How would that be fun for the listeners?
Invite people, because like if it's like a good conversation while we're playing the games, it'll be great. If it's anything like when we play D&D, it'll be fun.
All right,
we can like invite people to play board games with us.
Try to end this, because now you're just saying whatever stupidity comes into your brain.
It's not stupid.
So anyways, follow our Patreon. Listen in to see what kookiness that we come up with. BG Patreon out.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that for the Patreon. Some since we didn't do the activity, I would like to do a quick activity so we can test our newcomers so that they're continuing to learn.
Okay.
Great. So I just have a few questions. I have like 5. And this is going to be trivia for y'all too. And you can use Jared as a resource. Each of you have 2 lifelines to use where you can ask Jared for a hint on the question. And it's going to be about things that you have run into or may run into in future games. Okay.
Well, how are we answering them? Are we doing like he answers one, I answer one, both answer at the same time?
We're going to take turns. So choose a number between 1 and 10.
6.
Now? Oh, I was going to say 7, so that works.
The number was 8, so Fair, you're going first.
Okay.
All right. When your character reaches 0 hit points, what is that condition called, and what are its effects?
I don't remember what it's called, but you don't die. So that was the common misconception for me. I thought that I was going to die. I can't do anything. And so I have to receive some energy from someone else. I forgot what it's called.
Correct. So a couple of names call it downed or unconscious. Those are, I think, rules is written as unconscious. And when you are unconscious, you cannot take any actions. You cannot move. You cannot react. Like Fair said, you cannot do anything. And either someone has to bring you back up by healing you, or you have to make all of your death saving throws. Okay. You all have had to do a bunch of these throughout all the games that we have played. But when you are faced with a challenge and you have to roll a die in order to overcome it, what is that called?
It's me. Or was it a saving throw? Or to overcome? I don't know. Is it initiative?
It is not. I gave you 2 guesses. I'm gonna have to take it from. Remember, you have 2 lifelines you could use. That is called a skill check. When you are facing a challenge, you have to overcome something.
Well, saving throw is too.
I wouldn't say a saving throw is technically a skill check, but it's not a challenge that you're overcoming. It's something that's happening to you that you're trying to avoid.
Or about to happen.
You're trying to save yourself from it. Hence, saving throw.
I'll take that. That's a miss.
Okay. Fair. Back to you.
Okay.
Uh, let's see here. Your character is a fighter. You
Mhm.
use axes and spears to make most of your attacks. And usually you have to get up close to attack. What is that? What kind of roll are you making to see if you hit that enemy?
What type of roll am I making to see if
What
I
kind of
hit the enemy?
You're rolling your d20 to see if you hit it, but what is that roll called? It has a specific name. When you are attacking someone with one of your weapons up close, what is that roll called?
Hang on, don't tell me.
You do have 2 lifelines.
I know, but these questions get progressively harder. I want to save my lifeline. I know your game, Demarcus. I'm on to you.
How many questions are there? Let's start there.
Is it
5.
roll to attack?
It is a roll to attack. What is that roll to attack called?
Oh, it's different?
Mhm.
I roll to attack. Okay. Hang on. Dang. Let me look at my character sheet. Let me see if it comes to me.
Yeah, you got a time limit on these things.
Oh, I do. What's the little Jeopardy do 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 do? I'm doing it up close. Yeah, I don't know.
You want to use a lifeline?
Sure. Jared, what is the answer?
I think it's called an attack roll.
Melee attack roll is the answer.
Melee. You have said that.
Because you're
Okay.
up close. You're up close.
I always said roll to attack too.
Mhm.
There. So
No, that makes sense. It makes complete sense.
yeah,
I think I should get a point.
me too.
Rules is written. It's a melee attack roll.
All right. Well,
We're
and
here to help you.
fair. On that note, leave the spears alone. You need to leave the spears alone unless you throwing those spears. Leave them alone. Don't ever pull those spears out again. You just need to use those axes, child. Leave the
Okay.
spears alone.
Okay. Aaron, back to you. Your character as a rogue has an ability that lets them avoid taking half the damage from a melee attack. What is that ability called?
It is. Oh, damn it. Where's my book? It's called. Gotta write these things down. That's crazy. Uncanny Dodge.
That is correct. It is an
Uh,
uncanny dodge.
yeah, that came in handy.
All right, we are what, 3 questions in?
Yep.
Question number 4. Back to you, Fair.
Okay.
As a fighter, we have an ability, you and I, our characters, have an ability that helps us recover in the middle of a fight. We get to roll one of our hit die and recover that many hit points, as opposed to having to take a rest or use a healing potion or wait for someone else to heal us. What is that ability called?
You said roll the hit down. We have to take that. Say it again.
We as fighters have an ability that allows us to heal ourselves, where we will use a bonus action to roll one of our hit die, and we heal that number of points. What is that ability called?
I've got a lot of abilities. Heal in
Mhm.
the moment. Is that one second win?
That is second win, fair girl. Look at you.
Because I'm like, I tried to use that.
Yeah.
Okay, second win. Yep.
Mhm. Okay. And I actually mentioned this one earlier in the podcast, Aaron. So, you could tie it up and I had to think of another question. Um, Oftentimes you'll face enemies who are able to attack you more than once. There's a specific name for this ability that some bigger, badder enemies have. What is it called?
Feel like you only said multi-attack. I'm gonna use my life.
Correct. It's called multi-attack.
Multi-attack.
It's called multi attack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Let me come up with one more question for y'all. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. So something y'all faced last game was a lightning attack called lightning bolt. It attacks every person in a line for 60 feet or something like that.
That's 100.
100 feet. Excuse me, 100 feet. What does your character need to do to avoid taking all of the damage that a lightning bolt spell would would do to you?
Move
Um,
out of range.
mm,
Now it's you worded that wrong. What does your character need to roll to?
what sort of role does it need to be? Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, a saving throw.
Okay. What kind of saving throw? I'm being real specific. The last question.
Oh my
Aaron,
God.
let's give Aaron a chance to answer.
Okay.
It is it dexterity saving throw?
It was a dexterity saving throw to avoid getting hit by the lightning bolt or avoid
Okay.
taking off the damage. Yep, yep. And so y'all will face many things like that to come. Remember these abilities. These are some of your more powerful, more essential abilities. Hope y'all keep them in mind as we move forward.
All right, guys. So we will be playing Dungeons and Dragons again on the 17th, which is this weekend. I will hope to see you there. We're going to get right into the story. Um, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really, really fun story.
Mhm.
And yeah, we're going to let the markets go. And everybody, I had a great chat with you guys. So you can follow us if you're looking to actually hear our um, our Dungeons and Dragons game. You can follow us on Patreon at Black Geek Energy. It's just $3. It's
$3.
just $3.
Less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks.
Exactly, exactly. Plus, with that $3, you can also hear some insider information from me
Mhm.
and DeMarcus, and I also posted some stuff. It's some little tidbits of stuff, little tidbits that you can listen to if you want to find out some of the things that we say when we're not recording the main show. You can
Mhm.
follow us at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Threads at Black Geek Energy. You can email your questions to blackgeekenergy@gmail.com, and we are on Twitter at BGE_pod. Make sure you follow our Patreon so you can hear these games. And shout out to our sponsor. We didn't do a put you on this week, but of course, every week it is, of course, Ghost Art sponsor Movie Pass. I guess put you on to I'll do Pantheon is back for season
Mm.
2. It's this animated show. So
Mhm.
everybody go watch Pantheon. Okay, that's it, everybody. We will see you next time here on Black Geek Energy. Bye.
Thank you, Fair and Aaron, for joining us. BGE out. What's happening, my fellow geeks out there? It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. New me, or the same you. You know, however you want to play it this year. Um, I am here to tell y'all that I am in a much better space mentally, and a lot of that is due to getting, I'm not going to say the help I need, but having someone to talk to objectively, like that third party who's just there to give you advice and not really trying to put their own judgment on you, and also like kind of helping you, think through some of your thoughts. Maybe you're an external process, maybe an external processor, maybe not. But you can do all of these things with BetterHelp.com. So you can be in the same place I am. You can be in a better place than I am. You can improve the way you think and the way you approach situations just by having someone to talk to about it that is not there to judge you, that is available at the send of a text, that you can switch them out if it's not working. If they're not giving you the advice you need, you can just say, hey, better help, give me someone else, and they'll find you someone else to partner with. Tell you it's an amazing service. And if you tell them we sent you, you're going to get a discount. Because why would we tell you to go if we're not going to hook you up? So go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod and tell them DeMarcus sent you.